Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yo, what's poppin', people? Yo, what's poppin', people? Yo, it's Abu back here, aka Lame Scott. But yo, we back here in the 98 Point Lames Cafes. Y'all can clearly see right above me. Y'all already know how it is, and y'all already know what we about to do, obviously. Another reaction video for the night. And this one is brought to us by ViniiTube. Yo, shout out to ViniiTube. Why do I feel like it's been a while since I've reacted to a ViniiTube video? Hey man, either which way, I love his animation and his anime compilations. They be super dope for sure. And y'all already know I'm a big fan of anime and manga for sure. But yo, hey man, dudes, this video is called When You Feel Bad for the Anime Villain. Hey man, you see, you know it's crazy. Anime be doing that to you sometimes. And hold up, just have to fix that. But yo, anime be doing that to you sometimes. Yo, animes really be doing that sometimes. Like, they really be like, what's called, making the villain be doing the most absurd-ish, and then all of a sudden he grew up and no one ever loved him, or I don't know, man. She had the worst experience in childhood ever. He had the craziest amount of trauma growing up. Hey, yo, Mo Zadams, yo, what did it do? Yo, what's poppin', my guy? Yo, you already know we about to be getting right up into this video for sure. Yo, I was just talking about how animes be making you feel bad for the villain sometimes. They could commit mass genocide, and then all of a sudden, man, their mom was abusive, or their dad was just never there, or who knows, man, they were being beaten ever since they was a kid and all this other ish. Yo, son, anime is temporary doom, eternal out. Yo, son. Hey, man, but yo, dudes, yo, we about to be getting right up into this video. Hold up, give me 2 seconds while I switch it up, man. I feel like I've been rambling on for like crazy long for this introduction. But yo, son, without any further ado, so I can stop my rambling on, let's get right into this video, shall we? Brought to us by ViniiTube. Yo, M Turbo, yo, what's poppin', bruh? Sorry, Sasuke. This is it. Hey, man. Yo, M Turbo, it be like that, man. Hold up. Let me turn this up a bit. There we go. Yeah, bro. What can I say? YouTube be like that sometimes.
Villain knows how to make you hate him, but a great villain is someone who has justified actions and might as well be the hero in some other story. While the saying can be applied to varying degrees of success in anime, I do think it does stick. Mind you, there are quite a few unjustified villains that go the extremes, but there are also some who feel quite sympathetic, especially once you get to know them better. Being sympathetic or not is a subjective topic, so for today we won't be talking about the most sympathetic villains. On today's list, I'll be listing some of the shonen villains that I personally felt sorry for, whether it be due to their backstory, what fates they meet, or just simply the circumstances that they had over the course of the story. I can only imagine when it comes to some of these villains. Like, of course, like most of these villains that have just been shown, I already know them and stuff like that. Yo, son. A villain redemption video, but I can't help but feel bad about some of these guys. Quite interesting. Also, as this is a video with heavy ties to villain backstories and developments, expect spoilers, but I'll try not to go into too many details. Starting off today's list is none other than Ulquiorra.
Hey man, Ulquiorra from Bleach.
Here's a tragic villain to start things off. Among the espadas, Ulquiorra has one of my favourite character developments. What makes Ulquiorra so effective in this role is the fact that this tragedy doesn't come from a backstory like a lot of the espadas. He doesn't have the sad background as, say, Stark or anime Haribel. However, yo, Bob, yo, what's poppin', my guy? How you been, my guy? Yo, glad to hear that you're feeling better. Hey, some Bleach, factual, and you already know, yo, the anime's about to come back for sure, bro. Bleach, my guy. With how his character gets unraveled through the Hueco Mundo arc. Initially presented as the emotionless one amongst the Espada, his stay with Orihime eventually opens to us the emptiness that he really feels. I'm not sure how sympathetic of a character Ulquiorra can be when it comes to the typical Bleach viewer, but his curiosity about understanding human emotions and the human heart make for a dramatic journey to follow. His fixation with Ichigo and Orihime stem from that very real desire to understand humans, to comprehend the power of emotions they held within. And just as he's on the road to redemption, that door gets promptly shut on him.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect way to end what I feel is...
Yeah, no, I get it. Although, I'm not going to say I completely felt bad for Ulquiorra, man. Hey, man, he was dope. He was great. Don't get it messed up. Ulquiorra, he was definitely dope. I don't know if I'm going to say I felt bad for him, but hey, man.
The most hype fights in that arc. Up next, it's a man sucking on a pacifier, wearing a
One Piece,
diaper and bib.
Yo, Senior Pink's backstory, yeah. That was pretty. This one was pretty sad. For those of y'all that don't watch One Piece, get on to it. You had no excuse. Ain't no excuse like it's too long. I don't want to hear that. But hey, man, it's up to you. If you want to miss out on it, that's up to you, though. It's an amazing story. One Piece, definitely. There's a reason why it's my favorite anime, bro. Yo, son. Yo, Senior Pink definitely had a sad backstory, though. Not super, but at the same time, hey, compared to some of the saddest backstories, man, you know what? Just about everybody's backstory in One Piece is some type of trauma or tragedy or man, it's a whole bunch of ish, man.
Despite his sunglasses and his girl gang who insist he's hard-boiled, which I assume is the reason why he's such a hit with the ladies, it's impossible to take this big-bellied man-child seriously at first. But it turns out
it's how it looks like in the future, yeah.
Ridiculous outfit isn't just serious, it's seriously sad. Senor Pink's clownish appearance is a tribute to his dead son, one that he puts on for his wife, Russian. With their relationship already strained by their son's death, Russian leaves Pink upon finding out that he's a pirate and not a banker as he claimed to be. She's then involved in an accident and ends up in a vegetative state. A shattered Pink visits her in hospital every day. One day, on impulse, he puts on a baby bonnet to coax a smile out of her. To his great surprise, he succeeds. And that's the beginning of his transformation.
Yeah.
A man brave enough to be ridiculed by all for...
Like what's called, she smiles, but she just still remains in that vegetative state, though. Hold up. This guy really isn't a villain, but Hunter x Hunter is this guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The guy with the scissors, yeah. What's called? Yeah, what's called? I know which guy you're talking about, but yo, yeah. What's called, definitely. It definitely does make you feel bad. But hey, man, Hunter x Hunter is the GOAT too as well. Hunter x Hunter is the GOAT too. That's literally my number 2. That's literally my number 2.
Smallest reward and the briefest moment of happiness has our respect.
Fairytail. See, I've never watched Fairytail. I've heard a lot of things about it, though.
Up next in our
That's all I'm gonna say about
tragic shonen villains. Curiosity, kill the cat is what I'd use to describe Zeref's downfall. In this world, there are some things that we're not meant to know, and Zeref just had to have the curiosity to deal with life itself. It led to a curse, one that would begin his downward spiral. Zeref, for me, is a character whose reputation precedes the truth about him. For most of the series, he's been billed as this super villain, the ultimate dark wizard who would end the world, something like that. So I was excited to see him finally confront the heroes quite early on in the series, only to have my expectations subverted. Heck, if anything, it was Acnologia who fits the bill of the evil destroyer more. As the story of Fairytail unfolds, Zeref's since become a death seeker looking for atonement in his endless trudge across the world. Various legends that tell of his evil have indeed been born, but beyond all these scary tales lies a broken man. I mean, seeing everyone you ever cared for die will take a toll on anyone, and that includes one of the most powerful wizards in the world. We move on from Battle Shonen to look at it.
Hey man, like I said, I've never watched Fairytail as of yet, but hey, yeah, what it is. I'll eventually get into it. So I can't stay. Gotta go. Yo, M Turbo, do what you gotta do. Yo, enjoy your food, my guy. Yo, appreciate you coming through for sure though. Isabella and Promised Neverland. I don't know, like what's called. I haven't watched season 2 since I've heard it was garbage. Well, I might read the manga one of these days, but
what lies beyond that firm facade of a strong woman, one who hides a very sinister knowledge underneath her warm smile, was one of the best caretakers of the Gracefield house.
Yeah, I've already seen season 1 though.
Lots of it. Let's see. Isabella started out quite the optimist like a lot of them. One of the best mom candidates, she reached that goal with record-breaking feats.
Yeah.
However, it's not without pain and suffering, and en route to claiming the title of being the youngest mother of them all, she's lost so much in her struggle to survive. Her new role does open her up to the whole demon farming system that's plagued these houses, but as if the tragedy of the system she's trapped in isn't enough, she gets privy to another gut-wrenching truth. One of the children she's raising up to be fed is none other than her own son.
Yep.
For most of the first season of The Promised Neverland, you see Isabella as the cold, unflinching wall that the children can't ever seem to overcome.
Yeah.
A powerful
she was something
who's
though.
overcome everything thrown at her, even attempts at usurpation from a fellow colleague. But the end of it all shocks us with a twist that gives a completely new perspective to her character. The Promised Neverland Season 1 is truly one of the best anime had to offer in its year.
Definitely.
I think it's about time to take a halftime break.
Definitely.
If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, don't hesitate to subscribe.
You heard it, man.
We're trying to get to that 1 million subscriber milestone, and we just need a little bit more of a push to finally hit that mark.
Hey man, ViniiTube's gonna hit that soon.
We resume
soon
the
enough.
list with meruem.
Ah man, meruem. Meruem from Hunter x Hunter. Yo, Hunter x Hunter. It's definitely like what's called. You see, it would be. It's literally just under One Piece for me. Just under One Piece. Not even by a crazy margin. It's an amazing story. I've seen it so many times. But yo, son, Hunter x Hunter. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
I think it's not an unpopular opinion that meruem is one of the best shonen villains there is.
Definitely.
He may not have the grandiose charisma of some of the most broken ones like Aizen or Madara, but in terms of character writing and development, he's just on par with the rest of Hunter x Hunter in terms of execution. I won't say that he single-handedly carried the Chimera Ant arc, but he sure as hell played a crucial role in the arc being as awesome as it was.
Yes, he did.
I'm not gonna lie, his battle with Netero is a thing of legend. There's a lot to say about meruem that can become a character study altogether. Like how he's such a great foil for Gon despite not interacting with him. Spoiler for a future video there maybe? But the moment that I'd love to focus on for the sake of this video is his moment of death. Don't lie. That final moment with Gomugi should have made you shed a tear.
Oh yeah, definitely
He came into the
did.
series by making an impact as a detestable villain, but we eventually see those traces of cruelty crumble through these interactions with others over the course of an arc. By the time he dies, he's become one of the best characters in shonen anime.
Definitely times 1,000. Yo, for sure. Yo, Meruem, if you have not watched Hunter x Hunter, he's definitely a very complex villain. Like what's called, yo, son, Hunter x Hunter is just sheesh. Hey man, I'm not even gonna get into it. Hey man. Yo, son, if y'all already know the hiatuses, y'all know. That's all I'm gonna say about it. You lose a die. Sheesh. Yo, son, it's wild.
A very honourable one at that. Like Ulquiorra, he has his most touching moments right at death's doorstep, closing the doors on one of my favourite anime villains of all time. Next up is Itachi.
Of course, Itachi. Sheesh. Of course, they was gonna bring Itachi up, and it is, weren't they? Alright, see, for me, I would say his second death was more impactful than his first one. For me personally. The first one, I know a lot of people hit, yo, my dude Bob hit him with the sheesh. Got to. But yo, son. So, dudes, what's called? Yo, ADJ, yo, what's poppin'? But yo, I was gonna say, like, what's called, when it comes to like Itachi's first death, it's like it was cool and all. Like what's called, it was impactful only because like what's called, yeah, this was Sasuke's entire drive this entire time and stuff like that, and he like smiles. Like what's called, I would say his first death became more impactful after we learned the truth about Itachi and all this other stuff. But the second one was definitely much more for me in general. It provided that closure and all that other stuff.
I expect this to be the most polarizing character that I picked for this list. Much has been said about Itachi or the Uchihas in general. Trust me, for those of you who weren't around back then, the discussion on Itachi's actions were a remarkable sight. I'd say it's on par with a lot of ship wars or political discussions in terms of intensity. So was Itachi a tragic hero all along? Was his role in the whole massacre completely justified? Personally,
it's up to you.
No. But
yeah,
I do think that
probably
the
not.
outcome of his actions is nothing short of tragic, and it's through those effects that I feel bad for him. While he may have done some reprehensible things, he's proof that things aren't as black and white.
Like, let me see this. son.
As they're typically presented. Heck, his actions drove a little edgy brother to a whole path of revenge, when a true story would quickly shatter Sasuke's very purpose for pursuing revenge. And he had to carry that burden with him all throughout his run in the show, all while engaging in confrontations against Sasuke and fighting for his life. You can say what you want, but the amount of emotional baggage Itachi had to carry was pretty insane. The revelation of the truth and his final sacrifice makes his fight against Sasuke even more dramatic, and it's quickly become one of my favorites ever since it first aired. Following Itachi, we have Shigaraki.
Shigaraki from Boku no Hero.
Now, this is a backstory that can really hurt people on a personal level. There's nothing more painful than having a father who just can't have it in him to support your dreams. As a child, that's some emotional scars that you just don't recover from, which makes the whole Shigaraki thing even more of a tragedy. We could have had a hero with such an overpowered ability if only he had the proper emotional support that a child desperately needed from a father. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. And watching Shigaraki's whole story unfold was something that severely tugged at my heartstrings. More than sadness for the poor aspiring hero, there was a sense of frustration, a sense of anger at the father who was the reason for the child to grow into the diabolical Shigaraki that we all know today. In the name of anger and bitterness at the world, Shigaraki has done a lot of unforgivable deeds. When you think about it, can you blame him for the path to villainy? When it's the bad guys who manage to show the most empathy and understanding towards him. Attack on Titan is about to wrap up, and it's about time that we paid more tribute to it to close this list.
Reiner, You see, I would want to say that I would feel bad for Reiner.
Reiner's the textbook
I kind of do,
sanity slippage in Attack on Titan. We all know him for the big reveal he made to Eren, but by that time, he'd already gone off way into the deep end. It's the journey that I really want to focus on here, and it's on a road filled with nothing but sorrow. The once idealistic kid would find all of that crushed under the pressures of life. It's a long story to get where he is now, but I had nothing but sympathy for what he had to go through in his youth and as the main story starts rolling. Who knew that all the while he'd been hiding everything to exude a reliable big brother image to his supposed friends? Personally speaking, I can imagine few things that could be as emotionally taxing as that.
Factual.
A traitor who has all idealism sapped out of him, and to put on a front as one of the most trustworthy characters that these young bloods can ask for. It's just spectacular. I'm sure that amongst the notable characters in Attack on Titan, Reiner would not be topping a list of people's favourite or best character lists. There are just so many candidates to compete with, each with their own stories of triumph and despair to tell. However, I think that among those, I find Reiner one of the most tragic ones out there.
Sheesh.
And that wraps up my list of villains that you just can't help but feel bad about. I hope you had fun going through this list, and if you ever had some strong feelings regarding these people, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
All those crying emojis, factual.
While you're at it, don't forget to check out the rest of the channel for mostly countdown videos.
Yo, son.
Memberships will also unlock some extra videos that you could be interested in, so
definitely a great video. Definitely great video. Definitely great video. Yo, shout out to ViniiTube for these compilations. Super dope. Let me leave this video a like. But yo, hey man, here we are back in the cafe because you already know that's how we do, obviously, people. Yo, son, still hitting them with the crying emojis. I'm weak. But yo, son, dudes, I'm about to end this video only because I got more videos to come for tonight. You already know. You already know. Shout out to everybody that came through. Yo, Mo, Zanums for sure, M Turbo, Bob, 80, and especially Bob for sure. Appreciate it. But yo, dudes, I'm about to end this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like, comment, subscribe, press the bell, share, do all that good stuff. My dude's still hitting them with the sheesh. Yo, son, but yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Be easy, be safe, and peace.